understand it, how did it happen? And Narendranath explained the whole event. Both of them burst into laughter. And then Vivekananda told, intelligence combined with compassion, what crowd is. So human relation is one of the important aspects of spiritual life. In our case, what happens, as we become more and more spiritual, we become more and more aloof from others. Spirituality is getting centered in the self which is in all beings. But when we stick to the ritualistic way of spiritual life, we don't get centered in the self, we become self-centered. These two opposite approaches, self-centered and getting centered in the self. Spirituality, Vedanta, is getting centered in the self, the Atman, the Brahman, which is inside all. So as we evolve spiritually, the heart blossoms, the feeling for others, that is the essence of spirituality. Simply talking, Brahman is in all, but at the same time in our day-to-day behavior, we are so cruel, so cold-blooded, so indifferent. One day a man was meditating on Brahman, and two of our children, they were playing. They told, no, don't shout, Brahman is meditating. Moment his meditation will be disturbed, the Brahman will pounce upon you and tear you into pieces. She told, he's meditating, my husband meditating on Brahman, but if anybody disturbs, he forgets the Brahman. He becomes so angry, he comes and beats the children. So the ability to convert the ideas into action, spirituality means in action. Theoretically, spirituality has got no value. All the spiritual values, ideas and thoughts are like cops in the books and scriptures. Only in our day-to-day life, when they become dynamic and active, spirituality becomes a reality. And that reality comes in relation. And human life, if you watch, is nothing but a relationship. How we are related to others, or getting related to others, how we are related to nature. Because the same intelligence of spirituality must dictate our behavior also. Simply go on cutting the trees for my own personal benefit because I have got a sawmill. But cutting the trees and destroying the forest will affect the whole population. Go on taking the minerals out of the mountains and powder the mountains flat. But after some time, once the mountains are destroyed, you may become rich. But hundreds of natural disasters will follow. So in all these things we find the ancient Indian ideal of renunciation and service, it is not reflected. Service means feeling for others and then do what they need. So Indian ideal, as Swamiji says, is renunciation and service are the twin ideals of India. Intensify her in these channels and the rest will take care of itself. But hardly any of our people in power have the power to renounce or do service. Service is a very practical, dynamic expression of spirituality. Give some chair. Talking about great spiritual achievements, spiritual experiences, but at the same time when it comes to our day-to-day human relations, if we cannot extend that spirituality in the form of service, it is like a beautiful fragrance in a bottle, but the bottle is kept closed. We have got room freshener, in the car we use fresheners, but if we keep the fragrance bottle closed, what is the use of a fragrance bottle but the lid is closed? The fragrance must exude itself throughout the room or inside the car. In our life also, the only way the spirituality can exude its fragrance is through service. In the saint's life we find, in the mother's life, in Thakur's life, everywhere this one particular thing really captivates the human beings. Sri Ramakrishna was spiritual. Read his gospel. That is not at all so interesting compared to the life events of Sri Ramakrishna. One day a man was sleeping outside the room of Sri Ramakrishna, and the sun has risen and the light was falling on him. The sun has changed direction and he was sleeping. So many people were passing. Suddenly Sri Ramakrishna came and saw the hot sunlight was falling on the man sleeping outside his room. He went inside the room, brought an umbrella, opened it and sat near that man, protecting him so that the sunlight will not disturb his sleep. What beautiful scenery, is it not? Paramahamsa, and he is opening the umbrella and sitting for that man who is an ordinary, insignificant man. So the exuding fragrance of spirituality is the extraordinary feeling in the heart. That is the celestial aroma of the human heart. Love, and love cannot be inactive. If love is inactive, it is useless. It is like a fragrant bottle closed. In the life of mother also, frequently you will find things happening like this. And all this will express in human relation. How far we are maturing in the spirituality. The inward maturity of spirituality will express itself in consideration for others, in feeling for others, in extending ourselves as service to others. Otherwise we will be utterly selfish. But theoretically and for all appearances, we will be highly holy person doing lots of spiritual practice. And this was one reason Swamiji says India fell down. Everybody is spiritual in India, but the country is so poor and people are suffering so much, nobody is able to see Brahman except in himself. No religion in the world talks of human nature in such lofty strain as Hinduism does. It says man is divine. And the next breath he says, no religion in the world treads on the necks of the masses in such a cruel fashion as Hinduism does. Don't touch, don't come near. I told that incident in the house of the devotee. Don't touch. Who is untouchable? The servant maid is untouchable. The Swami, I am untouchable. So this contradiction appears in our life because the heart has not blossomed out of spiritual practice. So many things we will be talking. And we become so rigid. And sometimes we become so disciplined because of spirituality. It lacks human feelings. Very funny incident comes to my mind. It all depends on how we carry ourselves through the life events. In Delhi there is a Diwani Aam and Diwani Khas. So they have the light and sound show. So one day I was sitting, another Swamiji was sitting next to me, and one more Swami had accompanied me. He left one chair empty and sat next to that chair. So one Swami, empty chair, then myself and another Swami. Then we were all watching. Suddenly a parda-clad Muslim lady came and sat on the empty seat. And Sri Ramakrishna told, don't even look at the picture of woman. He said, not. Don't even touch it, your doll of your woman. So the Swami who was next to the empty chair in which the Muslim lady sat, suddenly got up and sat on the next chair. Oh my God, the Muslim lady gave such a stare. And I remained quiet. One is, Sri Ramakrishna told it's okay, but I thought after all, if my mother comes and sits like this, and if another man in the audience gets up, how I will feel? So we two Swamis, but the other Swami escaped because he was on my right side, and to my left side, which was the empty chair, this Muslim lady came and sat. Now should I get up or not? Then I thought, why should I get up? The other Swami got up and she gave such a look. Fellow, you are a Swami, don't you have a mother in the house? And it's an insult, is it not? At least after 5-6 minutes, of course, principally he is right, but in the day-to-day life, suddenly you get up like that. So the tender, delicate feelings of the human beings have to be shared. And that comes only when there is a blossoming of the heart through spiritual practices. So in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, we will be, in the life of Vivekananda, we will be finding again and again his life abounding with so many events. It leaves such a lasting impression about this man's profound nature. Oh, what it talks. It is not at all so interesting compared to how he acts these messages. One day during his wandering life, Parivrajaka life, he was so hungry in Rajasthan. He felt so hungry, he suddenly entered one small hut. These are the beautiful leaves from the life of Swamiji and the great Indian tradition, the way Indians treat the monks. The moment he entered, he saw a very old lady, totally poor. Seeing that Swami, she said, "Oh, my Lala." My Lala means, my dear, you have come, come on. Like Krishna used to be called as Lala, Nanda Lala. So in Rajasthan, they will all treat, just as we treat ladies as mother, they will treat us also as their children. "Oh, Lala, come on." So she fed him with chapatis, and Swamiji's hunger was appeased. He went away. So that's one small insignificant event. If we were there in his place, we would have forgotten. Sri Ramakrishna says, if you do 100 good things and one bad thing, man will remember one bad thing and forget all the good things. If you do 100 bad things and do one good thing, God will remember that only one particular good thing and forget all the bad things. And He will reward you for that one good thing. Like Ajamilas. Once you call Narayana, that is sufficient for me. You called me, is it not forgiven all your sins? So these two contradicted nature in the human and the divine. After a long time, Swamiji was in America, the peak of his glory, so much success, name, fame. And again he came back to Khetri and he was the guest, Rajaguru. And the whole Khetri and other towns, members, ministers, they are all honoring Swamiji. And wherever he wants to go for a walk, a group of soldiers are accompanying, like Z category commandos now. Previously Swamiji was an unknown man, nobody used to go. Of course he was a great attractive personality, people used to gather around him. But at that time when he went to the hut of that old lady, he was alone. He had gone for the morning walk again this time after returning from America. Suddenly he remembered that hut and he entered into that hut. In our case, how much hesitation we will feel, is it not? At that time, what we were and now what we are. At that time, he was an unknown, insignificant sannyasi. Now he is the world Acharya, Jagat Acharya, Swami Vivekananda, Raja's Guru. And as Swamiji entered the hut, the soldiers were standing and the old lady got frightened. Why soldiers are near my hut? Anything wrong has happened? And Swamiji winked his eyes and all the soldiers disappeared. And started chatting with the old lady. "Amma, do you remember?" "Oh yes, my dear Lala, you have come after so many years and you still remembered me. That is my good fortune." And she told, "Oh, you know, one sannyasi has come from another country and is greatly honored and he is Raja's guest, you know. So many big people are going to see him and honor him with garland, fruits, coconut, so many things they are going to honor him." And she goes on narrating this event, what is happening in the Raj Darbar. And Swamiji crept near her and told, "Ma, if your own Lala was that great Swami," then she gave him one beating. "Cha, you are a poor Lala and I am your poor mother. How anybody will allow us in the Darbar?" Again Swamiji repeats, "Suppose if your own Lala is that great Swami." No, it can't be. You are a poor sannyasi, I am a poor mother, come on, take one more chapati. Swamiji enjoyed, never revealed himself that he is that Vivekananda who is in the Raj Darbar as Raja's guest. And while coming, very silently pressed a 100 rupee note into the hands of the old lady. Told, "Amma, please keep it, I am coming." So this is how great men, I am not interested in seeing how great men do the great things. I am more interested in seeing how a great man does the smallest of acts. In Tamil there is a famous Tiruppural saying, "Nandri marappadu nandrandu." It is not good to forget the good things done to you. You must be so grateful, so thankful. So the reflection of the personality of great men in this small events, it speaks volumes about the messages he has given. How he remembered, you see. Then he says, poor my God, the miserable my God, the wretched my God, they are my special objects of worship. May I be born again and again and suffer thousands of miseries so that I may worship the only God that exists, the sum total of human being, the poor my God, the miserable my God, the wicked my God. They are the special objects of worship. That was theory, his message, and here we see the practice. Not practice, the very expression, the poor my God, he literally worshipped with great love and affection. He remembered after 4 or 5 years, somewhere in K3. Similarly, another event took place in K3. Somehow K3 is associated with Vivekananda, and my spiritual life started with K3. This man is from K3. Kirti. That's how the connections it blossomed. So a very low caste man was watching Swamiji. So many people were coming and discussing so many philosophical things, and all of them went away. Everybody is a philosopher. Tremendous intellect. Fellows, not one had the heart. Swamiji says, whenever there is a tussle between the heart and the intelligence, follow the heart, not the intelligence. So many intelligent people came, discussed, cleared their doubts about spirituality, and 3 days it went on, and the poor man belonging to the lower caste, he was so much moved by Swamiji's condition. He very slowly came near Swamiji and told, 3 days people are talking, but not one of them is giving you food or drink. So can I bring the items you can cook and eat? Swamiji told, I cannot cook and eat. I am a sannyasi, normally we don't touch fire. Then he says, no. I am a man belonging to the lowest caste. If Raja comes to know that I have given food to you, he will simply deport me from his kingdom. I am a very low caste man. Somebody said, no, you bring. You prepare the food and bring. See, it's easy to behave like that now. Now if you behave like that, it's a very great thing. But in those days, it required extraordinary courage. More than the courage, the unbound love for human beings. Recently one incident happened in the British Airways. When Negro was sitting, another lady was sitting to her. She was feeling very restless and she was intently looking at the air hostess. Air hostess came to her and said, what's the matter? Don't you understand how difficult situation I am in? What is the difficult situation you are in, madam? And then she was just showing her eyes like this. Next is Negro. Now, recently it happened a few years before. No, you can't understand my situation, it's so much difficult, you see. Can I do something? And the air hostess told, yes, surely I will do something for you. I can understand, I can make out. Yes, I got it. She went inside the cabin, discussed with the pilot. She came out. In the executive class, there is a seat empty. The luggage has to be taken there, and she became very happy and the face was glowing. Not you, madam. Hello, sir. Please get up. Come to the executive seat. And the Negro was lifted from the economic class and put in the executive seat. Madam, your problem is solved. And in the flight, the whole passengers, they got up and clapped. She thought he is a Negro, and when she came and announced that in the executive class there is a separate seat, first, the English lady thought that she's asking, air hostess is asking her to come to the executive class. No, that man, we are removing your trouble. Hello sir, come to the executive class. And then she told the madam, now you are free. But she was so upset. The whole passengers group, they got up and applauded. Well, this is real spirituality actually. So in the human relation, actually the whole life is nothing but relation. You break the relation, what is there in life? The family, what is there? I have found in Madurai, next to our Ashima, it is a slum. Hardly there is a room for them to cook. They used to cook outside, but inside the house, so much of joy, brother, sister, mother, father, beating, making fun. The same next to a huge building. He was a urologist and his father was our devotee. It told, my son is getting 3 lakhs per day for operation, another 10 operation is doing. But wife is somewhere, husband is somewhere, and he says, fellow will not give even 100 rupees to Ramakrishna Math. He has sold his car 3 times in this year and getting new cars. He's spending, he doesn't know how to spend his money. But though rich, beautiful houses, but ugly families. The house is beautiful. The beauty of the house depends on the interhuman relation. How we deal with other beings. It's a very difficult thing because one has to constantly watch the movement of emotions inside the mind, how we are responding to another man. So Swamiji's message, more than his talks, it reflected more gloriously in his life events and the way he related to people. Another day, he was in Belur Mutt and his Western admirers, women admirers, they came and the brahmachari was serving food. So many ladies were there, Swamiji said, other monks they are also eating. Suddenly one of the Western lady, looking at the boy who was serving, she shouted, hey, hello, hey boy, come here. And Swamiji could sense how these ladies in the West will behave. Suddenly he became serious. What are you telling my boy, hey boy, he is my son. And he was Kanai Maharaj. She couldn't understand that he is a brahmachari. She thought he is a person, servant serving. Hey boy, come here. Swamiji's eyes became very wide and red. What, hey boy, you are calling? Is he your servant? He is my son. The whole monks in Belur, they were stunned. What a beautiful behavior. Swamiji could have left it, but he says, no, don't underestimate or don't ill-treat anybody. He is not a boy, not your servant, not your steward. He is a brahmachari, and he told, my son. And that day, brahmachari Kanai Maharaj was so joyful beyond bounds. Swamiji told, I am his son. Swamiji has claimed me to be, and so much of joy, that sensitiveness. See, even for us also, somebody tells out of ignorance, but for a moment you will feel, is it not? Once I was in Khetri, Benishankar Sharma, who wrote the famous book, Forgotten Chapters of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda. After I used to cook, because there was no cook, I used to cook and feed. Silently asked the other center, how much do you pay to this cook? He seems to be very healthy and good looking and very nicely has prepared. How much salary are you paying for this cook? Can I take him with me? And Swami Pujan General, whom I joined, he told, he is not cook and you can't take him with you. He has already left his parents. He is a brahmachari here. We don't pay him salary. So these events in the life of Swamiji, though insignificant and petty, but how alert he is to all the sensitiveness of human beings, see the finer feelings. One day he was traveling with few of his disciples and admirers in Kolkata. And in those days, if you have seen the railway platform, oh, terrible, so much of noise, so much of dirt, so much of chaos will be going on. Each one shouting, you can see R.K. Lakshman's Karthru. And so much of Indians are prone to make lots of noise. Wherever you go, you will find if Indians are there too much talking loudly, making fun, cutting jokes, laughing so loudly as if other people have to understand that they are in a merry mood. But amidst all those roar and din, suddenly Vivekananda heard one thin, feeble voice. He was also there in the compartment making fun and talking. So one voice came through all those noises. At least somebody purchased something from this. He was selling gugni. Gugni is like that chole, the gram prepared, what we call chola masala. 5 members are there in my house. From morning to evening I am selling. Nobody is taking. At least somebody please purchase. Somebody please purchase. He was almost begging literally. What we call as mukadalai. It is like a sundal type with grabbing. And everybody was laughing, talking, they are all busy. Suddenly, see, when a dog is lying and somebody comes near, the ears will first stand. Vivekananda is sensitive, that unusual human heart, suddenly his whole mind went to that particular voice. Hey, did you hear? No, what? What? Did you not hear? No, what? So many sounds are coming. Hare, that man is crying and weeping that the whole family is going hungry, nobody has purchased that gugni. Will you not hear that? He didn't even hear. But Swamiji, with all these things, that one particular, the compassion for human beings, that is the most touching aspect of Vivekananda's personality. So strong, so full of energy, so full of intelligence, with all those, the glorious thing was the melting heart of Vivekananda. Outside he is looking so strong and so formidable, but inside hard like a butter. Did you not hear that? Brahmachari started hearing that. Then go and purchase something from him. So he went and purchased little, that gram. How many paise did you pay? 5 paise. 5 paise, shameless fellow. Stupid, don't you have a heart? Has been shouting whole day and voice has become so hoarse. 5 people can survive on 5 paise. Don't you have a heart? We monks are enjoying so much. Go and give 1 rupee. At those days 1 rupee will be more than even 100 or 150 rupees. See, one side the world conqueror Vivekananda, so glorious. Next time we find everybody's misery, anguish and suffering. His eyes or ears are so keen to hear those voices of suffering. All of us know about the case where once he was coming in a ship and there was an earthquake and Swamiji woke up at night. Or maybe it's in Belur, but yes, he woke up and started walking. Began and asked, Naren, are you not feeling, getting sleep? No, no, some misery and calamity has happened. How do you know? It has reflected in my heart, the voice of pain came to me, I woke up. And next day it was found that there was an earthquake and many people had died. And Swami told, that was the call of calamity and I cannot control myself. I am the worshipper of that God. How beautiful is he, called me ignorant as man. See, the worship is a ritual part and another feeling for human beings, that is a spiritual part of the worship. Extending the attitude of the Sarva Bhute Brahma Darshan all over throughout his life. Another incident throws light on his extraordinary character of love. Along with the Western admirers, ladies, he was walking one day in Cairo. So as they were taking Swamiji, suddenly they lost the route and they entered into a red light area. You see, for us even thinking, and when I was talking, one particular place, this incident, moment I told red light area, one lady devotee turned her face. See, everything looks so, we feel so disgusting, is it not? But human beings, they cannot be treated as a matter for disgust. So spirituality in action is nothing but love and service. Renunciation of the petty self, embracing the universal self that will express as service, and that can come only when there is inner renunciation of the petty self. So suddenly they found they are in the red light area. Now we will be so shocked, what we have done, why we have taken him there. Because the nerves will react. We are so pious and holy people, is it not? Outside. Once I was in Raipur. So one Brahmacharya and myself, we were coming after purchasing sweets for Guru Maharaj. Brahmacharya told Maharaj, this is shortcut, we will go through this route. Moment I entered that road, whole my body is becoming so peculiar. I thought something ugly is there. Suddenly I found all prostitutes are standing. Somehow very fast we quickly moved out of the road and came back. Because we are pious people, is it not? Suppose if we fall down, if we are getting attracted. So many fears, all fears come because of our selfishness. But Swamiji was far above this. As these people are discussing among themselves how to take the profit out of that road, that's how the narration has been given in Mary Louise Burke's book. We were discussing how to take the profit out of the red light area. When a prophet enters the red light area, what will happen? The red light also becomes green light. And before they could decide, in the meantime the prostitute, seeing Swami Vivekananda, a quail image, his dress and everything looked strange for them. They were making fun and some of them were forms of love and compassion, never bothered whether they are prostitute or not. And Sri Ramakrishna also was like that. One day in the house of Balram Vasu, satsang was going on and Sri Ramakrishna was near the entrance of the room and he saw one lady going, "Hello Ramani, how are you?" It will look so odd even now if I do. One prostitute is going and I tell, "Hello Ramani, how are you?" All of you will think, "Ayyo, this Swami has got some wrong connection, something is wrong." And Sri Ramakrishna waved his hand and she also made pranam and went away. In the meantime, this Sati Nari, the Balram Vasu's house, all are very pure, pious people, these ladies, in their mind they were thinking, "Oh, Paramahamsa is having connection with prostitutes. She is going and is showing hands and greeting her." Sri Ramakrishna could not only see the thoughts in our mind, he can see our past birth also. He understood and inside he was smiling. And after the satsang was over, all these ladies accompanied him to Dakshineshwar. And as soon as he reached Dakshineshwar, he went to Bhavadarani's temple. "Oh Mother, you are the great purity in the life of Sati Nari, and you are also the person entertaining all the people in the form of prostitutes. Mother, without your grace, nobody can be a Sati Nari and nobody can be a Patita Nari. You are the same one in both a pure lady as well as in prostitutes. What glory is there in anybody? Mother, you are the only glorious being." Moment he uttered these words went like bullets in the hearts of these Balram Vasu's house ladies. They thought, "Oh, we thought we are great pure lady. Mother alone is pure. Because of Mother we are all pure. It is Mother who has prepared the prostitutes like that, and it is Mother who has kept us like a Sati Nari." Then with great reverence and humility they fell at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. And when Swamiji was in America, a letter of complaint had gone from some people in Belur, but prostitutes are coming. See how a great man looks at a thing and how an ordinary man looks at a thing. It is not the thing that makes a man great, but the way you look. There's a famous saying, great men don't do different things. They do things differently. They don't do different things, but they do the same thing in different way. So when the letter reached Swami Vivekananda and the complaint came that prostitutes are coming to Belur and other people are finding it difficult to come. And in his own inimitable style, Swami told, "If prostitutes are coming, they are most welcome. Because Patita Pavana is Ramakrishna, not Pavana Pavana. Those who are pure, they need not be purified. Our Lord, all merciful, compassionate, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has come for the fallen and downtrodden. If because of the prostitutes, all other rich people and good people cannot come, ask them to get out. Let the prostitutes come there. It is for them our Lord has come. If Sri Ramakrishna will not live, the all merciful Lord, if He will not live, where will these poor creatures go? After all, are they not the expression of a mother? It is a divine mother, my master told, came as Anandamayi. You are the prostitute there, you are the pure lady. So the expression of this personality, see, human relation is one of the most important things in our life. In olden days, we never had images, we never had idols. We had living idols of Mother, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. We used to love human beings. Now we have started loving the pictures and the images, granite and stone images and marble images of God, because we lost the human relation. Those days they rejoiced in the human relation. Shravana Kumar, the famous Pundalik, you know the story of Pundalik, is not? He was serving his mother, bathing them and giving them clothes, feeding them. One day Krishna came and he shouted, "Hey Pundalik, I am here." He told, "Without appointment you have come. When did you inform me that you are coming?" "I am serving my father, I cannot come out." And he threw a brick and Krishna stood on the brick with his hands on the hip. "Wait." And by the time he finished serving his parents, when he came out, Krishna disappeared. And Pundalik shouted, "Fellow, you are a politician, you gave your word, but you can't keep your word. What is the difference between you and a politician, Krishna? Mayavi, you have cheated me. and with so much of pain and agony, Kundalini started weeping. Whole life I have been meditating, I have been calling on you. Today without appointment you came, and just at the crisis, critical moment, you disappeared when I finished serving my parents. What has happened to you, Krishna? The God of all bhaktas. There was dead silence, and after a few seconds, Akashvani came. Hey Kundalini, one who can see Krishna in his own father and in his own mother. I thought, well, what is the need for an extra Krishna like me for you? So I disappeared. You are seeing Krishna in your father, in your mother. Is there a need for a separate Krishna through me? So I disappeared, Kundalini. If you want to see me again, come to Pandharpur. So the application of the spirituality in day-to-day life, that's why in the life of Vivekananda we find an extraordinary compassion, unusual, unbound love flowing throughout these incidents, and hundreds of such incidents are there which we can narrate. But having some feeling for all of you, most of you have not taken breakfast, I conclude this talk here itself. Swami Vivekananda's words, we have to remember that I am the worshipper of that God who is called by ignorant as man. So man is the center of our life, and human relation is one of the practical way of worship. Rules, regulations, laws and other things are there on one side, but with judiciously combining the situation's need and the laws, we must be able to act. 2 years before I had gone to, there is one center, private center in Sihu near Ahmedabad. So as we were going, it was evening 6:30 and our vehicle reached the toll gate. By the time our vehicle stopped, because so many other vehicles were there trying to pay their toll tax, suddenly I saw tuck, 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 clapping the hands. One lady was coming. The moment I saw her, was so much of energy oozing out her from body, the whole eyes are shining. And she came clapping, the clapping ladies. So they came, one lorry was paying the toll tax. Then seeing her, I was so attracted. So I put down the window shield to see her, because evening 6:45, she was so energetic. I was surprised, evening most of us get tired. Then when I put down the window glass, she looked at the car and looked at me. Instead of coming to our car, we had 3 more devotees, and ours was a very big car. I am not remembering, it's more bigger than Innova. She went to the lorry driver, come on. Then he told, Andar Amir aadmi log baithe hain, rich people are sitting in that car, you go. Then she told, Andar Maharaj ji baithe hain, Andar Maharaj ji baithe hain. And the moment I heard those words, voice is coming with so much of sweetness. Then I was wondering, what culture this lady has got, though she may be a hijra, a clean. And again he told you, take from them, no, Andar Maharaji baithe hain. And by that time the lorry which was in our front, it cleared paying the tax, and our vehicle moved. And as they were about to pay the tax, I told one of the devotees, Krishna Nipankar, mera man mohit kar liya ho hijra mein. She has enchanted me, I want to talk to her. Oh, no, Maharaj, no. No, I am seeing her. We are seeing her daily. You are seeing her for the first time. No. Sannyasi talking with a hero. What people will think? And by that time we paid the tax and we came out nearly 100 to 200 feet away. Then I told, no. I am so attracted by her. I want to talk to her. Then there was so much worry from Maharaj. What are you doing? Because I am not doing anything. Now we are far away from the toll gate. Nobody will see. Then by that time, because I compelled, one man ran back and would come. Now what? That Maharaj is calling. She came there, then I came out of the car. I took 100 rupees note and he told, Mother, this is for you. Not as a beggar's dakshin, this one I am paying to you. I am giving this as a gift to you. Keep it as a blessing from Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother. Then I told, have you got the photo of Holy Mother? Somehow luckily the playing cards contains the photos of Holy Mother. Bombay, one gentleman used to print it. One man took out from the purse, put Holy Traya's photo. Then I told her. And before that, as soon as I gave 100 rupees telling that this is a gift, not as a beggar's this one we are giving. She told, Bhai Parthi Maharaj, Akka Bhai Parthi Maharaj, Bhai Parthi. And every time she utters, all these words are going inside my ears like a nectar. And I was thinking, in the cinemas and the TV serials only we will see. But this lady whom we despise so much and we entreat, but the way she spoke, the uttering of those words, everything highly cultured. And I told her, this is a photo of Ramakrishna, Sharada Devi. Keep it near your pillow. Night, make a pranam to them. Morning when you wake up, make a pranam. What will happen? At the time of your death, they will take you by hand to their abode. No, I will not keep this photo near my pillow. मेरे पूजा मंडप में रख के इनकी पूजा करूंगी दिन रात. Then I turn to these people. Now you see who is a hijra and who is a devotee. I was so touched and moved, and 5 times she made pranam. Maharaji, pranam karti hu. Almost in tears she went away. Then I told them, you see, you told you are seeing her daily and I am seeing only first time, so I got enchanted and attracted. Sri Ramakrishna may give some blessings to this Hijra community through her. But look at the culture and the way, even many of our people, if you give Sri Ramakrishna's word, okay, Swamiji. And sometimes they throw away. She told, Puja mandap mein rakhi, inki puja karungi. So in the human being everywhere, we have the presence of that divinity, and in the most unexpected time and in the most unexpected place, in the most unexpected person, it comes out. So Swamiji used to say, wherever there is some such qualities, I don't bother who he is or what he is, I bow down my head. So there is the manifestation of some element of God, but due to our pettiness, our immaturity of heart, we are so holding on to the theoretical rules, regulation, laws and everything that we keep the law and kill the man. Real spirituality is the expression of these spiritual messages through our day-to-day events. It comes out through our relations. One is a relation with the nature, how we treat the nature, the forest, the rivers, the things of life, how we treat human beings, and how we treat the work that is to be done. Whether we are doing it with disgust or with compulsion, or are we doing it with love and devotion. As we read the lives of Swamiji and other 2 personalities of the Holy Trio, we find the human relations, all of them excelled and glowed, and the spiritual message vibrated more in their events of life than in their talks. So I offer these words to Swamiji and pray to him that his golden heart come to us also. Jai Shri Ramakrishna.